You meant on the layout. That's I'm smart.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna pause the music here, and we're going to unmute your stream here, and then we're gonna transition and just kind of you're live. Just give me a countdown when you're ready.
Okay. So yeah, Harry Potter's pretty fun. So we're gonna play the first 3 games of Harry Potter now. It's gonna be pretty great. I'm just gonna make sure that I don't have dumb stuff going on. Okay, we're good. So we're starting from the first game, and we're gonna play the first 3. It's gonna be a decent amount of glitches, so may as well just get started. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So to start the run, we have a 3-minute cutscene, so that's great. Get to learn about the story of Harry Potter, which is pretty cool.
A huge motorbike with a giant
That's about it
tumbled down
for the next 3 minutes.
The giant, named Hagrid, left a blanket-wrapped bundle on the doorstep of number 4, Privet Drive.
So, weird things in this game is that holding back into cutscenes, so having the back-walking animation at the start of cutscenes actually saves time. And the reason for that is it speeds up the camera in the cutscenes, and some cutscenes end depending when the camera hits a certain spot in space. So on cutscenes where there's a lot of camera movement, we can save quite a bit of time by backwalking. So for some reason, holding back into some loads when there's cutscenes right after the loads also does the same thing. So after this intro, there's a cutscene with Dumbledore, and by backwalking there, we save about 2 seconds. And you'll see me use that throughout Harry Potter 1 to save a bit of time here and there. Other things to note for movement is that in the game we can set 2 different keys for each of the 4 directions. Left, right, back, and forward. And by using 2 keys at once, we actually have double the acceleration. So we'll get up to top speed faster, but our top speed is the same. Same for turning, and that's the same in Harry Potter 2. Harry Potter 2 has strafing, unlike this game, so it's a bit more useful there, but still it's useful in this game for going forward. And sometimes backward because of the backwalking.
You could be great. It's all here in your head, and Slytherin will help you on your way to greatness.
So this is almost over. It's 2:17 long. Yeah. So I'm going to hold back here, and you'll see the camera will move quite quickly through space. And that just gets Harry to spawn in faster. And Dumbledore actually starts talking quite a bit faster. He's not supposed to start talking until he's already on the floor.
I am Albus Dumbledore, your headmaster. Now, Hogwarts is full of secrets, Harry. So
HP 1 is a pretty broken game. It doesn't have a lot of glitches, but the glitches it does have are kind of cool. So like a glitchless run of the game is about an hour and a half, whereas a glitched run of the game can be done in an hour 10, hour 12. The record was actually just beaten this morning, or earlier today. It's now sitting at 1:10:50 something. I don't have the record in this game, in case anybody was wondering.
Hey Harry, remember me?
It's definitely my weakest of the 3 games, but I'll do my best. So jumping versus not jumping is the same speed in this game, so we can do it all we want. Whenever we land, if we hit jump on 2 perfect frames, then we'll get a quicker jump forward the next jump. So if there's a long corridor, I'll probably just keep jumping, because if I get that, I save a couple frames, and everybody likes to save frames. Here I'm gonna do a quick reload like this by hitting escape and then F2. Now the game's running in the back. I'm gonna set up a menu glitch there so that my options menu is laid over my regular menu. And the reason for that is we want to have access to the brightness bar as fast as possible to do that. And that is a glitch called brightness boosting, which we're going to use throughout the first 2 games. And it's going to save us quite a bit of time. Don't set the stream on fire while I'm gone. I will try not to. So basically, whenever Harry is in an animation where you lose control, so in both games, Harry Potter 1 and 2, that's ledge grab animations, and in Harry Potter 1, it's also damage animations. For some reason, changing your brightness actually causes Harry to boost up into the air. And the reason for this is because the engine flushes, and for some reason, when the engine flushes, the game doesn't properly take Harry's position into account. So it sends Harry into the air. So that's pretty useful. Here we're gonna walk around a cutscene. And walking around that cutscene is actually quite useful because Fred and George are in a different position than they would be if we hit that cutscene. They would be in the corner over there. We need to collect 25 beans to give them so that we can get out of here. And if we do it properly, we'll actually activate their cutscene and grab a ledge at the same time here. And it gets it. So we can now walk during this cutscene and get towards closer to the end of the level here while they're talking to us. Back walking there when they spawn the card to save a bit of time. That's a bit of bad movement. Yeah, a lot of bad movement, but we're in there. You can see my game in the bottom right corner is capped to 60 FPS. That's required for playing all the first 3 Harry Potter games. Unless you're playing the 120 FPS category in either of the first 2 games. So that was an instance of a multitask. We'll be seeing a few more of those throughout the run. Multitasks can be initiated by either grabbing a ledge during a cutscene or by activating 2 cutscenes at once.
I am Professor Quirrell. Today we'll learn how to protect ourselves against the dark.
Yeah, you're right, it is. They were supposed to make a custom layout for my games since they're not 4x3. But they didn't. You guys don't miss much from not seeing the bottom. So this is how you can tell that it's the PC version. The games I'm playing are all the PC versions. They made different versions for different consoles for each of the first 3 games, 3 games. So in HP 1 and 2 we got PC version, GBA, GBC, PS1, and Gen 6 versions, so 5 of them. And then in HP 3 you drop the PS1 and you get 4 versions. Gen 6 has Xbox, PS2, and GameCube, which are all pretty much the same game. There's a few glitches or cutscenes that are different. And then from 4 onwards, you just got the console/PC version and then the handheld version. Except HP 4 has handheld GBA and handheld DS, which is also 2 different games. It's great. So hopefully here we'll see our first instance of a wall walk. And we don't, of course. I'll go for a trick later in Flipendo that's a wall walk. I'll grab a save book because it's over a bottomless pit, so we don't really want to miss it. Coming up though, we're going to do one of the easiest skits in the game. It's called Pop Jump. Basically we're going to get on top of one of these pots here, right? Or cauldrons. And just by casting at it, the hitbox actually goes higher. So if we're standing on it, once we cast at it, we can actually use it to get up here. To get to that switch early, it saves about 30 seconds of walking, plus hitting that switch over to my left, which causes a cutscene. Here we might get a super jump. Nope. How about here? Nope, way early. You saw Harry, when I said I was going for a super jump, Harry kind of clipped if you jump on that exact frame where Harry clips, you keep your momentum from that clip, which gets a lot of speed. So Harry just goes flying forward. But it's a frame perfect trick. There's one instance where I really gonna want to get one of those. That's in Wingardium. It will allow us to get a multitask to save roughly 40 seconds.
Goodbye.
So we're just going through the game normally right now. There's actually a multitask you could do here, but you have to walk through this entire area right now blindly. So you can't see Harry, you're stuck on a camera angle that still sees Nick, and you have to make it all the way to this cutscene blindly.
Cast your flipendo spell on this.
So it's quite difficult.
To knock it out of the way.
And definitely not marathon safe. So, coming up here, I'm gonna go around to the right when I would normally go to the left. I'm going to the right just to grab the save to go for the cycle skips coming up. Normally we would jump through that window to my left there. Here we're gonna brightness boost again. Not many instances of brightness boosting early in the game, but there'll be a lot more later on. By jumping on these slopes there, you see, you actually gain a lot more height. Whenever you jump, you keep your momentum, so when you're going up slopes, you have a lot of upwards momentum. Here I'm attempting a cycle skip. That one's quite difficult. And then into this wall walk, which I got. That's why I grabbed the save book, because you're over in a bottomless pit, and that wall walk requires both a proper amount of speed, not too fast, not too slow, and a decently precise angle. So it's quite risky to go for, but not too bad, especially since I grabbed the save book.
They like to pester young wizards.
So that's pretty much the end of Flipendo. We just gotta kill these 3 gnomes and then walk into the final cutscene.
Can be quite a nuisance. Congratulations, Mr. Potter. You completed the challenge. You
It's weird
the
though.
required number of challenge stars. 5 points for Gryffindor. Now, get to
The gnomes can be pretty annoying.
You're late.
So one thing I did when I set up the menu glitch that I didn't really explain was that you can set hotkeys to open the game, right, in Windows. So we have each Harry Potter 1, Harry Potter 2 set to an F key to open, right? And if we're in game, what that does is this. It reloads the game like that. And what that does is that if we're paused and do that, the game keeps moving in the background. And what that does for us is we can then, normally if we're paused, we change the brightness, we can only do 1 boost. But if we're paused, we reload, change the brightness, we're still unpaused, even though we have access to the pause menu, so we can repeatedly change the brightness to boost even faster than having to unpause every time. It's not as big of a deal in this game since we do have that menu glitch, but in Harry Potter 2 we can't get this. We can kind of get the same menu glitch, but it's a lot harder to deal with. And essentially, having that access to the reloading saves quite a bit of time. The reason it doesn't work so nicely in Harry Potter 2 is that hitting escape to exit the menu actually ruins the menu glitch, and you'll have to set it back up again. You can hit F4 to exit the menu, but also gets rid of the HUD so you can't actually see your health. But then you can pause again and you'll still have the menu glitch. But not being able to pause and unpause with the same button makes it really awkward to do brightness boosting like that. So flying is completely skill based in this game. They had the best flying in the first game, and then it got worse and worse as we went on, as you'll see. There's only 4 sections of flying in the game though, so it's not too bad.
perfect score. 20 points for Gryffindor. From now on, you may
Thanks for the good
practice
luck,
flying at any
Lapis.
time. You will find the option on the main menu. Time for your charms lesson now. Good day, Mr. Potter.
So coming up, this is the Wingardium area of the game. And first we're going to have to go learn Alhamora over here. And then is when we get one of the stupidest tricks in the game.
The spell I learned is Alhamora.
Once we come out and back into this area after you go through a little loop, we're going to need to get a frame perfect super jump to bump into Hermione before she has the chance to enter Charms class.
Then let go of the button.
And what that will do is it will get her to activate her cutscene while we're already in Charms class, which has a cutscene. And then we'll be able to move during that, activate a trigger to enter the actual Wingardium level while we're still learning the spell.
Great, Harry. I'm sure Professor Flitwick
But
will give you 5
I need to get a frame perfect super jump, so it will be
This makes perfect.
not
So
great.
let's have a go.
I'm normally about like 1 in 8 getting that super jump.
Open with that.
You'll notice for each of these spell drawings you only have to do the first one and then you're fine.
Now you try using Alhamora. We still have a few minutes before the charms lesson. That door in front of you is magically locked. Cast Alhamora to open it. You've got it. Now, can you find the 2 secrets in this room?
There's actually a multitask you can do here
If you're done
when entering this
applying
cutscene,
Harry,
but it doesn't save
take a look at
time,
that magical chest.
and it can cause a soft lock because you get a camera lock while you're doing it. But yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. I'll open this door, and on the way down into this pit, we want to get a super jump. Damn, I was a few frames late. There's a super jump, you see? I get that one so often. You saw Harry went flying into the air. The first one would have went him flying across the room.
Welcome, young
And we
wizards.
could
I am Professor
bump into
Flitwick.
Hermione before she says
You will learn
Charms
the
class is this
application
way, or
spell
whatever she says.
Wingardium Leviosa. Observe the correct Wingardium Leviosa symbol. When I stop, hold down the mouse button and follow the pattern, then release the button.
Oh, this is bad. Is that passing? Oh, it's passing. Yeah, I'm alright at these
But
games.
you still have room to improve.
For not having played them. You're
5
right, you're
points
right.
for Gryffindor. Try going slightly faster this time.
So not getting that super jump loses roughly 40 to 45
Pay
seconds.
attention, Mr. Potter. That's not what I taught you.
I'll go for quite a difficult damage boost in this level.
You may now enter the
Um,
Wingardium Leviosa challenge.
We'll
to
damage
practice
boost
the
off of a
spell.
gnome,
Follow me,
hopefully,
Mr.
if I
Potter.
don't accidentally kill it. And what that will let us do is skip placing a Wingardium block onto one of these platforms like this,
Statue, then move it onto the
which also skips us having to wait for a moving platform cycle. You have to get quite a few boosts in
Now
though
then collect the challenge stars. I'll meet you at the end.
to make it far
Mr.
enough back.
Potter.
Here we can just jump onto this pot and oh, that was an interesting clip. And just make it over here. Here we're gonna do what's known as block clip. By placing this block onto her head, we can clip it through there onto the platform. And you saw that was a small multitask. Okay, I didn't kill the gnome, so that's good.
Wingardium Leviosa.
So hopefully this gnome follows me nicely. Gonna turn around. Alright. So the goal is to... Got it. Boost off that gnome all the way over to this platform. Now we're gonna do a bit of a cycle skip here by jumping up here before we place this block. pull to cycle break and get a ledge grab here. By casting right here, a cutscene with Flitwick never happens. Really weird, but hey, that's how it works. So this is one of the most interesting parts of the game. There's about 4 or 5 consecutive cutscenes that we're going to try and skip all of them. But first, before we do that, there's a peace fight if we enter too close to the middle of this room. And hopefully, if I can get the angle right, we can get up here to skip it. But now, Pease is just sitting over here, so what we're going to do is we're going to go cast at him. And that's going to start the fight, but it's not going to lock us in this room like it normally would. And if we get the proper angle, that looks good. Pease will throw a thing at us, and hopefully he hits us. He does. And then we can move during this cutscene, which brings us into this cutscene. And then we can move during this cutscene. We get this letter. Now we have the letter. I haven't cancelled the letter by hitting space. Once I stop moving, I'm going to cancel the letter, and now I can move again. During that cutscene, now they're going to stop me here. Once he says around, I cast. And now I can walk into the Malfoy cutscene, but wait, we're not done. We can walk during the Malfoy cutscene and we're outside the castle. Wow. That was a lot. Essentially, we chain multitasks 4 or 5 times to just walk past all of them outside the castle.
Hello, Harry, it's me.
Pretty good.
Good to see you. These are the Hogwarts Castle grounds, and I'm the game.
I'm glad I got that, because getting hit by Peeves there is kind of random.
Your friend Hermione's at the entrance of the...
You can do it the same every time, and sometimes Peeves' attack just won't hit you, so then you can't get anything. There's a small backup. You can do a super jump off of an armor stand to skip the Malfoy one, but you still have to watch the Fred and George one and the Crab and Goyle one. I'm doing a wall walk here to skip about an 8-second cutscene with Hermione. That wall walk saves 3 seconds tops. Now we're gonna do a few boosts. First off of this snail up onto these invisible platforms. And then off of this venomous tentacula up on top of the maze to skip the maze to get to the greenhouse pretty quickly. And we're in the greenhouse. About to learn our 4th spell already. Just 22 minutes in.
Today we'll learn the Incendio spell, which is useful against all manner of dangerous plants.
Those 2 boosts are kind of awkward because damage boosts are a lot harder to deal with than brightness or than ledge grab boosts.
Then release the button.
Because the velocity you get from the actual damage is slightly different every time. By the way, if you get a grade above 80, you actually get different lines that, generally speaking, are faster, so try to go fast and get an 80 at the same time, but I haven't gotten one, so whatever. And this is actually the 4th of 5 spells in the game. We're gonna skip the learning from the last one. That's still about 12 minutes away, but we got some pretty cool clips to skip that.
Now it's time for the Incendio challenge. Through the doors, Mr. Potter. I'll watch you from the balcony.
Here's one coming up as one of the first instances where you actually see me stop, backwalk, and then go into a cutscene. But I'm gonna do it slightly in an odd way. Harry keeps the backwalking animation while you're walking forward for a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll hit back twice and then hold forward, and hopefully I'll have the backwalk animation as I enter this cutscene here. Oh, that was kind of slow, but I think I messed it up. I think I still didn't get it. I'm gonna try a multitask here. I can't get that one. Venomous Tentacula hits me after I cast him and the cutscene starts. I can jump up. that cycle on that Venomous Tentacula is global from when you start the level, which includes drawing the spells, so it's kind of awkward to get, it's kind of hard to get a consistent cycle. You're doing a ledge grab boost. Save a bit of time. Here's a pretty cool trick. It's technically not even a glitch because the trigger for this this sign just extends outwards too much. I really failed it. So you can just cast it like that, and then these gnomes can hit you and you can walk during this cutscene. The door's normally supposed to open during that cutscene, but because of the backwalking, you just skip so much of that cutscene that you actually gain the camera back before the cutscene finishes. Coming up, we're going to do a pretty small multitask, but still pretty cool. There's two... I missed that. There's these two flipendo switches. If we cast both of them, you'll see both of these doors will open and we'll gain movement for a bit here. Each of the flipendo switches opens one of the doors. This is a pretty big ledge grab boost here. If you get enough inputs in, you get all the way up here and you can cast straight at this switch. You can see the amount of distance that I traveled here, from all the way over here and up. Now I'm gonna walk backwards. Damage boost off of there. You could have switched a bit earlier. Similarly as in Wingardium, we don't have to watch the final cutscene of this level either. We don't use a cast like we did earlier. Here we can just walk slightly into the room, the doors will close, and we can just walk around and hit a trigger that's right here. Now, we like Haggard than anything, but he talks pretty slow, so by doing a sloped hyper jump like this, we can jump on top of this bush and just pass right by him. Get to the Malfoy broom fight.
He looks quite upset. Best go and see what he wants. Please help me. So Longbottom has gone snivelling to you, and you want me to give you his precious Remembrall.
That hyper jump is kind of awkward because you don't have a lot of slope to work with.
Think you can catch me? Come on then, Potter.
The next level after Malfoy is the infamous Forced Edge.
Give me back Neville's
I say that because it used to be the biggest run killer ever before we had brightness boosting, which brightness boosting was found exactly 2 years and 5 months ago on October 30th, 2016. So we used to have to get this frame perfect super jump that was combined with a hyper jump to skip all of Forest Edge. Saved about a minute and a half. But now we don't have to do any of that because we can just brightness boost and skip the level that way. I'll go for a pretty cool strat in Forest Edge that's known as Superman boosting. Essentially, there's two parts of the ledge grab animation. There's the part where you've grabbed the ledge and you're falling down to Harry until Harry's hands are actually like on the ledge so that he can climb up. And then there's the part where his hands are on the ledge and he's climbing up. If you boost in the part that, in the first part, Harry will still fall down until he grabs the ledge. But he'll turn while he does that. And if you boost while he turns, he'll turn some more. And then you can get him to turn into the right direction. And his angle will actually be like facing horizontally instead of vertically, so a boost will bring you a lot more horizontally than they normally would. It's pretty difficult in this case, in this scenario, and only saves like 8 seconds, but it's one of the few uses of Superman boosting, so we may as well show it off. Here, I'm gonna try and get it. That looks pretty good. Alright, that will do. And now you see I'm already at the end of the level. That was really well done, actually. I didn't actually mean to get into that... Shit. My bad. I didn't actually mean to get into that secondary ledge grab there, but it worked out nicely. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. Forgot I still have that.
Home, Harry. Small, but still roomier than your cupboard under the stairs, eh? Now I can show you what I wanted to talk to you about. It's a dragon's egg, Harry, but it's our secret.
Actually, I can probably fix that during this split, because we have another instance where you just have to wait around for 2 minutes. So the holy grail of skips in this game is that this hut, if we were able to walk during this cutscene, we could walk onto the fire pit there by the egg, and there is a cutscene trigger for the end part of the part of this level. That's happened once ever in an 90% run, but nobody knows how it happened. But instead, what we can do is we can enter the level, see this doxy here, then boost off the doxy, because what else would we do? And then walk back to the entrance, and that will get the cutscene for the end, but Hagrid's not here, and now we're just going to have to wait here for 2 minutes. Eventually, Hagrid will show up in the bottom left corner, and we'll be able to move again. But I'm going to pause and reload so the game's running in the background, and here I can mute live split so that we shouldn't have any problems. Here you can see I have access to my brightness slider on this page. So now we shouldn't get that anymore, hopefully. It's literally just waiting here. We get Steve, our friend Steve the pig, over on the left. That Doxy, sometimes he comes to join us and he can actually hit us during this and we can move. There's no cutscenes to activate though, so we still have to wait the 2 minutes. His name's Benny. Steve and Benny. Yep. So you'll see Hagrid show up in the bottom left corner for a fraction of a second, and then 2 or 3 seconds later, I'll gain movement, and I'll be able to enter the hut. So far this has been a pretty good HP1 for me. I'm actually only sitting 7 seconds behind my Trifecta PB. There he goes, and we have movement. And back walking into this one saves about 2 seconds.
Go ahead and put them in the fire, Harry. You've done it, Harry. It's hatching.
More cutscenes. But now we get our first Quidditch match in Slytherin. We actually don't have a Quidditch match against Hufflepuff in the game. They kind of just cut it out.
Thanks, Harry. Here,
along with an extra spell.
it can be used to help some creatures sleep. You'd best get ready for Quidditch now. Should be an exciting game. Slytherin's a tough team, but you'll show 'em, eh? Gotta give Norbert his first feed soon.
There we go. So Lee Jordan is really good at his job as a commentator.
I'm your commentator,
You'll see what I mean.
Lee Jordan.
Or hear what I mean, rather.
Gryffindor versus Slytherin. The Quidditch pitch has 3 goals at each end. The chasers throw the quaffle and try to put it through the hoops to score. Watch out for the bludgers. These are charm balls that can knock
So he starts off pretty good, right?
2 meters of each team try to keep them away.
Doesn't last.
Gryffindor's new team seeker is Harry Potter. It's his job to find and catch the golden snitch.
Jordan, no favoritism.
Sorry, miss. Remember, first avoid the bludgers. Then
He's actually been pretty good so far. He had a bit of a mistake there. During the match, it gets pretty funny. And at the start here. Up.
And they're off. Hey, Quidditch!
Oh, he's actually good. Come on. That's boring.
Here comes Potter! Wonderful!
And that's the match.
Done. Potter's done it! Gryffindor have beaten Slytherin! Well done, Harry Potter!
Hopefully I get to hear some of
Lee Jordan,
funny Lee Jordan in a bit. In the Ravenclaw match in half an hour or so. But now we get a pretty cool skip coming up.
In the history of Hogwarts,
2 cool skips actually. So the first skip is to skip a minute-long cutscene with Snape
you are fantastic.
of him exiting the Forbidden Corridor, and then the second skip, which is a very similar skip in execution, will be to skip learning Lumos, which is our fifth and final spell. So it skips the whole drawing thing and a lot of Quirrell stuttering. We're just heading up to the 3rd floor corridor right now. This guy right here, this blonde guy you see, he's got a pretty nifty line. This guy, Hufflepuff.
Please stop that.
Please stop that. Your run's actually invalid if you don't talk to the please stop that guy. Just so you know. Alright, so this first one will be to skip Snape. If you were to go up one further stair, you would actually activate the cutscene. That was a terrible angle. Really? Thought that one was gonna work. Oh, come on. Come off it. There we go. You can clip up there. And then we can enter into the class. And we can clip up here. And go and activate this trigger over here. So just enter the level. Not the best clips.
you may begin the Lumos challenge to practice the spell.
You can do a super jump here to skip actually casting at the first Lumos statue, but it's super precise. You see that lip right in front of the statue, you would jump off that, and you bounce off the pillar into the statue. It's pretty precise, and getting it first try saves only about 12 seconds, 10 to 12 seconds. Skips this cutscene, Lumos and all that.
Bright, isn't it? Now you can cross the chasm and collect your challenge stars.
The super jumps are frame perfect, so yeah. We'll go for some pretty cool skips in this level. So here's really where you can see that backwalking works. Like these cameras that pan to these are super fast compared to what you would normally see. and back. Obviously you guys can't tell the difference if you've never seen a run, but you're gonna have to trust me, it's super fast. Getting a boost here. That's not the spell. Alright, so the first half of the most is pretty boring. Second half is where it really shines. There's actually a pretty cool secondary skip you can do here, but it's a lot slower. But before boosting, it was the skip and it was pretty cool. So this platform that moves up and down, we're gonna get a ledge grab off of, and hopefully we'll get closer to the middle of the room. And if we do that, like this, we can boost right to the end of this room, which is a pretty good one. I'm gonna do a boost that most runners don't do. We're gonna boost off of a Doxy here, but before we do that, I wanna cast at the Doxy without killing him to store Flipendo. And basically what storage is that whenever you're fighting a Doxy, it puts you into a state where you can cast spells from wherever. Of course he did come back. I missed the spell the first time. I'm still gonna go for it. I might miss. No, he got me. And then I can bounce off the Doxy here. Boost off the Doxy here. And what storage does is it makes your spells just go wherever. So if I aim it right here, that's actually the trigger to end the level. And for some reason, spells and spell entities that enter in the cutscene works as well.
Next is our potions lesson, and it looks like we're already late.
So for some reason, the spell hitting the cutscene trigger triggers the end of the level. Or not the cutscene trigger, the end level trigger.
I am your potions teacher, Professor.
It's unfortunate that that first spell, I didn't get the Flipendo stored. Because the Lumos spell just travels so much slower, so it was still worth it to wait for the second one. There's another strat that you just go down and you boost up there. There's an invisible platform right near Quirrell there, and then you can get an easy storage cast into the trigger from there. And you don't bother even storing Flipendo, because you're so close anyways. That's what most runners do, because it's quite easy, and it's only about 7 or 8 seconds slower than doing the strat that I did perfectly. Including first try long cast, which is actually a pretty precise cast, because you're so far away.
Where am I? I wonder if Snake tricked me.
So potions is not too hard of a level. I'm gonna grab that save just in case. The second half, there's a boost at the beginning, which is probably one of the hardest boosts in the game. It does save roughly 1 minute. This gets a giant room, essentially. You'll see what I mean. This boost is actually really cool. We're gonna cast at this, then we're gonna jump like this, and we're gonna grab the ledge, and we're gonna boost up to this moving platform, which also started moving. You saw I got... Oh, I should have grabbed that. That platform was moving in the same direction I was jumping, and what happens there is that I actually... The speeds of my jump and the platform are added, so I get a lot further jump. That jump's kind of risky because that ledge down there, you can't actually grab, unlike most in the game. So if you jump too early, you're dead there.
Oh bloody Baron.
If you remember from Wingardium, we did a block clip. We're gonna do a similar strat in the next room after these gnomes. This one's quite a bit more difficult and saves less time. Aviator, but lower graphics is faster. So by standing roughly here, yeah, that looks like a pretty good position. And placing the block on her head again. Come on. Really? I'm so surprised that none of these have worked so far. It's... I'm gonna keep going until I get it. This is a cool trick. So yeah, this block clip saves like 7 seconds if you do it first try. Alright, this boost. This boost is a tough one. Because normally after boost, we don't really care too much about what direction we're holding. This one, not so much. We need to hold back and left. Back and right, rather. To get up there. That's pretty good. And this boost saves like 2 seconds, so why not? Just in case, I'm gonna grab that save. Yeah, once you've done it a couple 100 times, that boost gets a bit easier. This boost saves like 2 seconds, but it's worth it, because it's 2 seconds, right? Unfortunately, you can't skip this area by going through that secret lair backwards because the Bloody Baron doesn't activate to open the door. So that up where that chest was is behind that grate there, but the only way to open that door is for the Bloody Baron to go near it, and you can't activate it from inside. Small boost here. Super jump. Oh, super jump. It's a pretty nice super jump to get. No super jump. No super jump. Damn.
Late again, you lazy boy. A further
Good second half.
Gryffindor should teach you a lesson. I see you've collected a few challenge stars, but I'm afraid they have no value in my classroom. I've ended the lesson without you, Potter. The other students are off to the Halloween feast. Join them, if you must.
Now we get to see the troll.
She needs our help. We must try to rescue her straight away.
Fun. So there's 2 sections to the troll fight. The first is running away from the troll, and the second is fighting the troll.
What's that smell?
With our amazing spell, Flipendo. Best spell. Too bad they removed it in Harry Potter 3. Replaced it.
This way, Harry.
So instead of the beans kind of tell you where you're supposed to go, and then they turn green before you have to jump and pink when you're supposed to jump, but instead I'm not really going to listen to them, and I'm just going to stay in the middle for most of this. Mostly because I can. Super jump? Nope. It saves like frames to just stay in the middle. But after this one, we actually have to move to the side because you can't make this jump. You can actually get a wall walk on the left-hand side there, but that's not risky at all now, is it? And we have the perfect amount of beans. Yeah, he does. So, fun fact, during this fight, you can cast at these sinks on the left here and actually destroy them. You can also cast at the things in his hand before he throws them, by knowing where he grabs them from. Towards the end of the fight you can't do this because the casting at his stuff, because he just picks it up too quickly. Don't actually have to cast at the stuff, but there's like, I don't know what the chances are, but there's some % chance that he throws it at Ron instead of at Harry, and you basically just don't want stuff to hit Ron. You don't really care if you get hit here, because after every save book and every load screen you get set back to half health anyways. There.
Are you alright? Thanks for saving me.
Just want to make sure Ron never gets hit, because loses about 10 seconds from his club being dropped a bit.
Exhausted from their encounter with the troll, Harry, Ron and Hermione returned to the Gryffindor common room and discussed the strange goings-on at Hogwarts. Harry suspected that someone had released the troll to distract everyone so that they could get into the forbidden corridor. But there wasn't much time to think about who was behind it.
It's Flip and Do.
For the second Quidditch match against Ravenclaw.
FLIPENDO. Flip Endo. Thank you. So coming up after Quidditch, we get probably everybody's favorite area of this game, which is the 2 sneak sections where we're gonna sneak around Filch and Mrs. Norris. Hopefully doing some cool strats. Please beat her.
Gryffindor wins again! My name's Lee Jordan, signing off.
Thanks to Harry's skill as a seeker, Gryffindor won the Quidditch match against Ravenclaw. Harry, Ron and Hermione spent most of their free time in Hagrid's hut, trying to convince him that he couldn't keep Norbert his beloved dragon. Eventually, after much coaxing, Hagrid agreed. Harry unwrapped the unexpected.
So our goal is gonna be to get past Filch as quick as possible, obviously. And there's some pretty risky strats we can do, so I'll grab a couple save books along the way.
Your father left this in my possession, Harry read. Use it well.
Just so I don't lose minutes at a time.
Harry tried on the cloak, while Ron and Hermione helped to prepare for the climb up the tower.
It's definitely a very stressful part of the run.
You can't stay invisible while you cast spells. Filch might see you. Norbert safely bundled up.
Holding back here lets Harry just walk through doors.
He hoped that the cloak would conceal him from Filch and his cat, Mrs. Norris.
No big deal. So this first one is pretty easy. We're just gonna hold double up and left and then jump. And you can just walk past him. In the next room there's a faster strat which takes about 3 seconds, but it's super risky, and I literally fail it like 70% of the time, so I'm just gonna do the pretty fast strat that literally everybody does because it's the easiest thing on the planet. Hopefully I can get a snipe onto this flipendo here. No, I missed it. You can get it before Filch walks by. So he casted that, and then we make sure Filch hears us on this wood and just walk by him. I'll grab the save because this is going into the third room of Filch, which is by far the hardest, and I didn't mean to cast. And it has a few difficult strats and risky strats, so I don't want to have to go all the way back to the beginning. First, we're going to stand here, cast that, backwalk to speed up the cutscene, as always, and then just walk away. That's the easier of the two. That was close. Filch was going right under me there, so if I would have failed, he would have caught me. Alright, here's the more difficult strat. I'm gonna activate him by falling down here, and then I'm gonna jump beside him, and just on the edge of the carpet, so he doesn't catch me. And he'll run right past.
Come out wherever you are.
Now there's a ledge grab skip here we can do by jumping up onto there. Kind of risky because if you fall down you fall right into Filch. We're actually going to do that again because we're going to have to go back up there to get to this Lumos. Also rip 69 beams. There we go. That ledge grab skip is kind of precise, but not too bad. So I'm gonna go for a strat here. I'm probably gonna fail it. It saves like 8 seconds, but it's totally worth it. So we're gonna do a brightness boost off of here to get up here. Then we're gonna get a ledge grab here. And then we're gonna attempt to jump to that ledge over there. I think I got it. I did. Cool. Failed that in my PV. That's a really precise jump. There's a backup, which, like I said, saves which loses about 7 or 8 seconds, and a big boost. People would do that slow, but HP3 has essentially no glitches. There's like 2 glitches that save like 30 or 40 seconds ever. So people run 1 and 2 glitchless, but 3 glitchless is a big meme. Gonna get past Filch here, right at the beginning, and by casting at this door, we actually negate, and despawning Norris there, we actually negate a cutscene of Filch talking to Mrs. Norris.
Aha! I've heard you for sure this time.
What you think is potions is just the house points, and basically what we do is we change the brightness, and that is what causes Harry to boost up into the air. So there's an easy strat and a hard strat in this room. The easy strat loses 2 seconds, but I want to show it off because of how easy it is. It's just you walk up to him and you go around, and hey look, he's out of the way, and you can just go by him. Backwalk here, speed up this cutscene. So this skip, when it was found, it was a big deal, because you used to have to do a super jump here to get by this part without going to see Nick. But now he can just get this ledge grab. Pretty easy. Set that up because I'm really bad at it. There we go. So I will grab the next save book after the Mayor of Erised cutscene, because if I get caught in the last room of Filch, that loses about 5 minutes, and I'd rather not. I'd rather just lose. Oh, I didn't even get that. 2
in the mirror
minutes
were Harry's parents.
from going back to the safe.
And Lily Potter. Harry stared hungrily back as though hoping to fall right through the glass and reach them. He was startled when a voice sounded behind him. Harry turned slowly about.
Last room of Filch isn't really risky,
Like
but
hundreds before you, have discovered
Mrs. Norris can just mess with you and just catch you randomly, so
He went on to explain
better safe
that
than
there was
sorry.
nothing more or nothing less than the deepest, most desperate desire of our hearts, but that it would give neither knowledge nor truth. The mirror of Erised will be moved to a new home shortly.
Mind equals blown.
Adding ominously that if Harry ever came across it again, he would be prepared. But prepared for what? Thought Harry.
So for those of you, a few of you might know that Trifectas used to be, about 3 hours 20 minutes for a good one. World record was 3:04 back in January. The record's now 2:37, and the reason for that is a runner by the name of the Tedder, who raced Harry Potter 2 glitchless at NGA a few months ago with me, found a cool skip in Harry Potter 3, which saves 25 minutes. So that was cool. Yeah, man. Gonna grab a save so that we don't really have to worry, and we're gonna head on out. It's too far, but whatever. I didn't get that. Backwalking is hard, man.
Past that gate, he makes an awful racket. You take that side of the room, and I'll take this.
But she's not American. She's Scottish, I think. I'm assuming you're talking about Rowling. Did I get that? No, I don't think so. Maybe. So we're just gonna go in a clockwise pattern around this room. Fun thing on the EU version, there's way more elaborate things to place the blocks on. But EU version is slower because of Peeve Skip, which was done right after Wingardium, where we merged 5 cutscenes together, chained multitasks. That's impossible because the trigger for the Peeves fight is way bigger, so you can't actually skip Peeves.
I'll catch you, and when I do,
So that loses close to a minute. I'm sure Scotland would rather be part of Canada than the UK right now. I mean, what? Let's not get into that. Mrs. Great Mrs. Norris RNG there. She can just stop randomly. Glitchless Octafecta win. I should do a regular Octafecta first, and to do that I still need to learn the last 2 games. For anybody who doesn't know, just like the movies, the last game was split into 2. So there's HP7 Part 1 and HP7 Part 2. And there's this thing that a few runners have done called an Octafecta, where you do all 8 games in a row. PC games. Just for consistency's sake. And that's about probably a 12.5, 13 hour run right now. I myself only know the first 6 games, and I've only learned 5 and 6 in the past couple months. Only 13 hours, yeah. Then what you could do is you could do 100% Octafecta, which, if you added up the record, nobody's ever done it yet, because we only defined Harry Potter 7 Part 1 and 7 Part 2 on 100% a week and a half ago. Nobody's ever done it, but if you were to do it and get record in every game, it would be about 21.5 hours. So, yeah, not too bad. The 4th game's the best game. Favorite game. Don't have the record in it. But great game. Especially co-op. Co-op is most people hate the game, but co-op is actually fun because it removes the worst part of the game, which is the fact that you have to deal with the AI to do multicasts in that game.
That the package Hagrid had taken contained the source.
So that was the end of Filch. Not too bad, not too bad. Moving on to the challenges, which we got Fluffy, the Devil's Snare, the Key Catch, Chess, and Potions.
Snake's been acting very
No I didn't.
suspicious lately.
Fourth game is the best game.
He may be planning to steal the sorcerer's
GBA
stone.
games, you should do that, because the longest standing Harry Potter world record currently is Harry Potter 2 GBA. Got a whole doc with a ton of information.
Let's go!
I think that's the longest standing, and the longest reign for somebody holding a record is also that. And then second would be Harry Potter 3 for the
He's
GBA.
always watching the Forbidden Corridor.
We'll just have to take our chances then.
I believe I have like the fourth longest reign in the category in any HP game. It would be Harry Potter 2
It looks
100%,
like Filch is somewhere
which I've
else
held
tonight.
for like 4 years now or something. Yeah, most people, most runners just run the PC games. There's a separate Discord for handheld, console, and PC. Grabbing those frogs in there without grabbing the card. But by far,
This way, Harry.
the majority of people run PC. Went for a super jump there. You would probably like the GBA games
I
then.
think this is where the growling has been coming from.
The GBC games, if I remember correctly, are essentially Pokemon.
I don't think we should go in there.
But we've
And
got to stop
also HP3 GBA.
Snake. Go on,
essentially
Harry.
Pokemon.
Behind you.
That's way oversimplifying it, but like the gameplay style.
Only Hagrid called this one Fluffy.
So there's a long head, a medium head, and a short head here.
That might put Fluffy
That's the
down.
short. This is the long.
Do be careful.
I'm gonna intentionally take damage from this one here.
Ouch.
I'm gonna wait till he starts attacking me again before I actually finish him off. Like he started his animation. That way this guy won't actually be able to finish an attack on me. I'm gonna let him start as well though. And then this one.
You want to go first, Hermione?
Fluffy the three-headed dog.
Right. See you in a minute.
It's completely random which head is which, by the way. So
It's okay. It's
you have to be able to recognize
You can jump.
pretty quickly which one's which.
Come on, Harry.
Now we got the Devil's Snare, where we need to get 5 casts on both Ron and Hermione here.
I know what this is.
Icky.
It's a devil's snare.
He is an OG
Next
HP1
time we'll pay
runner.
more attention in herbology.
He had the record for
It's a
quite a
devil's
while
snare.
before many
Try not
glitches
to
were
get too
found.
close to those
Incendio! Incendio!
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is terrible.
Incendio! Incendio! Incendio!
Ah, it's garbage. Hermione's is normally easy. It's normally you do 5 casts and you're done. Whatever.
Thanks, Harry.
That was close, Harry.
This way, Harry.
Next we got catching the Keymaker. At least that's the meme.
You have to catch the key, Harry.
Keymaker's just in time for me to catch him. So if I
Harry.
do this correctly, I'll catch it before the snitch turns or the key turns around. I just missed it. You saw my bar was almost full. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Well done, Harry.
Alright, next is chess. There's a skip in chess that we can skip an intro cutscene to Harry and or Ron and Hermione explaining some stuff. And there's multiple ways to do it. My preferred way is by a super jump. So hopefully I can get it pretty quickly.
The next puzzle is a gigantic chessboard. Ron's gone through to play. I hope he's alright.
So these are the ledges on the side, you can clip up onto them. And if I get a frame perfect super jump, like that, I actually need to get up there though. Come on. Anytime now. There we go. That will do. We can get up onto here and just start the match without watching the cutscene. That probably went about even with watching the cutscene. There's a way you can do that without a frame perfect super jump, but I'm terrible at it. You can do it with a hyper jump on to the the side, but like I'm just not good at it at all. And also chess is the same all the time, and every piece just moves one square. It's kind of dumb. That's what they explain in the cutscene. It's not actually chess. If I remember correctly, the chess in YeGA1 PS1 is actually chess, but it's also like the same every time, so it doesn't matter. In HP5, they actually program chess into it, and you actually have to do chess to do that game 100%. So that's something else, man. All right, last area of the game. First things first, we're gonna do crazy potion skip, or at least that's what people like to call it. It's not really that hard. It's a very easy wall walk. Just kind of line yourself up here and hold forward and jump, and you're on the wall and you're walking. Alright, so we're gonna go for a skip that skip coming up via a ledge grab boost, which saves a decent amount of time, about 40 seconds. It skips the end of the Quirrell fight. That was cool. It skips the end of the Quirrell fight and the first cutscene of, or the intro cutscene to the Valdi fight. But it involves two pretty precise boosts.
Well, it's me. Scared,
Yeah, you don't have to do chess in HP5. There's, you can play chess again. Chess, Exploding Snap, and Gobstones against champions of all three houses. All four. Didn't want to grab that. All four houses in that game. So we're gonna get under him here, then do a quick 2 boosts. Not activate his cutscene, and then this boost is pretty precise. Hopefully I can get it. I think I got it. We're over him. Now what we have to do is do a damage boost off of his spell to get past that cutscene trigger and walk over to this corner into this cutscene trigger, which starts the last fight of the game. And I actually have really good health. I can take 2 hits of damage from Voldemort. So this fight is essentially the same every time, except the amount of damage boosts you can take. So the first phase is you pillar, then mirror, then pillar, then mirror. Then I can take 2 hits. The max you can do is 3 if you don't do that skip. If you have completely full health, you can take 3 damage boosts. But instead I can only do 2, so you go behind this pillar. He does a heat-seeking one that goes through the mirror, so you gotta come here. And then you can push him by walking on these stairs here. Back into spot.
You will yield to me, Potter.
I take damage. And then I'm gonna go back and let him hit himself. And time for Harry Potter 1 comes on the last hit, but it's not time for the Trifecta, so you don't need to do anything. So that's Harry Potter 1. Now we're gonna move straight on to Harry Potter 2. That was a pretty good time for Harry Potter 1. Loadless time, it was 1:13:11, which is only 1 minute and 3 seconds behind my PB, so not too bad for me. I'm gonna change the brightness a bit, and let's start Harry Potter 2. Harry Potter 2 is great because we can skip cutscenes. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. So skipping cutscenes, like it's programmed into the game. If we weren't able to skip cutscenes, this run would be about an hour longer. More than an hour longer. And hey, look, we still have brightness boosting, but we can only do it in ledge grab animations now. We can't do it in damage boost animations. Yeah, we play I played this game in 8x7. So that was a moving platform boost with a ledge boost. Moving platform boost is you keep your momentum if you jump off of a platform that's moving. But instead I damage boost off of it. So we did a few boosts and now we're at the end of Willow. So that was fun. So HP2 is definitely the fastest paced game out of the three. Thanks for the good luck, Mickey. So with the cutscene skips, you get very little time to relax. You get a bit during the spell learnings, like we saw with the in the first game where you drew them. Here it's a DDR instead.
The dormitory is up here, Harry.
Normally in any percent runs here, I would check my house point RNG. So how house point RNG works is that right now, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw are given a random amount of house points. And essentially at the end of every spell challenge, whichever house has the most house points will get to go to the bean bonus room to get some sick-ass beans. And the amount of time you spend in the bean bonus room, nice boost by the way, is completely dependent on the difference in house points between the first place and the second place house. So, for example, if Gryffindor was 10 house points ahead of Slytherin, who is always the second
completely, Harry.
top house other than you, you would spend 20 seconds in the bean bonus room. And there's a whole chart that we've written out which figures it out. It goes up in increments of 5 seconds and only every 5 points. So if you're 6 points different, it's the same as if you're 9 points different. But then at 10 points, you get an extra 5 seconds.
In order to progress to the next round. Ready to try?
Actually, 10 points, you get an extra 10 seconds. So for that reason, it's faster to fail these arrow keys. Overall, it would be 5 seconds faster to actually do them right now. But what that would do is give Gryffindor 30 house points, which would cause us to be in the bean bonus room for an extra 30 seconds. So overall losing 25 seconds. So we don't do these. We'll do the rest of them. And so you could technically have less house points than Slytherin, right? Except no, because the game's like, you're going to the first bean bonus room, so they will give you more house points until you're above Slytherin. So essentially we want to get the least amount of house points. You get house points by doing these, and then by actually completing the spell challenges. Depending on how fast you do it, you get more house points. If you do the spell challenge well, like pace, if I did it on the pace that I would normally do, I get 81 house points for Gryffindor, and Slytherin can have anywhere between 40 and 80 house points. So yeah, doing the Defender arrow keys only saves 1 second, so completely worth it. Doing Scourge saves about 12, and nobody even knows how much SpongeBob saves because it's like 20 plus. If anybody's seen a 120 FPS run of this, you'll notice that we don't do the level in 120 FPS. We do here. So, cool glitch in this game only is that Harry has a like delay before you can cast again. By pausing and unpausing, that delay is negated, so you don't have it like that. So you can see I can cast super fast multiple times. So it goes cast, pause and pause, cast, pause and pause, cast, pause and pause, and you can just spam your spell cast at whatever you want. I grab the save loop. Okay, I wasn't sure if that first guy went in. So yeah, you can see how much faster that is. Then like, just look at the delay. It's not much, but something. You'll really be able to see the difference during the Aragog fight. It's the main time save of it. No, that's not unpopular. HP2 and HP3 are the two most popular Harry Potter speed games. At least right now. People don't really like HP1 because of the movement. There's no strafing like there is in this game. You can see I can strafe. There's the left and right arrow keys, or A and D, turn instead of strafe. Here's Chasm Skip. Pretty cool. We jump over the chasm right into the ledge grab to get up faster. That's weird. One of my spells missed. Here we're gonna do one final. I want to grab that. One final boost here. Take a boost all the way up to get to the end of the level. No key. You're absolutely wrong. So here we get to find out how much time we're gonna spend in the beam bonus room. Ugh, 53 house points for Slytherin, so we'll spend about 35 or 40 seconds in here, I think. If I read that correctly, it's kind of hard for me to see. Yeah, there's nothing interesting to do here. If you take damage in here, you actually take damage, so don't want to take damage on that ectoplasm. Which we're gonna totally not learn about in Scourge. I mean, technically we would, but we skipped the cutscene because there's a cutscene skip button in this game.
All right then. You can use your arrow.
And now you can see Quidditch. Quidditch is a freaking auto-scroller, man. All you can do is move left, right, up, and down. You can't speed up and catch the snitch. It's literally, you just need to wait on the bar to fill up, and there's nothing you can do. Compared to HP1, where it was actually skill-based.
That's it, Harry. Stay right on the snitch. You've almost got it.
Freaking great, man. Love it.
Quidditch is a rough game, Harry, but don't worry, padding counts.
Now there's a girl. She can hit us if we're unlucky.
You can buy Quidditch upgrades from Fred and George.
We're actually going to be seeing a lot more Quidditch than you might think.
When you're close.
Up until like a year and a half ago, other than this Quidditch, there was no Quidditch in the entire run, as is in the glitchless run. But now, you'll see in Defendo, Slytherin Common Room, Goyle's Hair, and Seppi Hallway, we're gonna use a glitch to just leave and go straight to a Quidditch match. And then we're gonna die in the Quidditch match, and it's gonna be fun.
This leads to the dungeons.
And it saves time. Yeah. Great game, right? Essentially any level where it updates your game state when you enter it instead of when you finish it, we can Quidditch warp out of and to save time. Except for the next one. If I didn't wait for Snape to start his line before I touched the cauldron, I would have soft locked. Except for Scourge. Scourge we don't warp out of because there's a skip to just easily skip it, and same for Spongify. I say easily for Scourge, but it's actually a really precise wall walk. No wait, it's a clip into a wall walk. That's what it is. Nick is there, by the way, because we skipped a cutscene with him earlier, and he just stays there until forever. there'll actually be 2 nicks there by the end of the game.
Try not to focus on all this chamber of
So to put this next skip into
perspective,
perspective, in my Trifecta PV, I have 57 seconds to save over it. In a level with the IL record for it is 9 seconds.
This exercise has 3 levels. In each level,
Also, we could get a fake input here.
In sequence.
What a fake input is that the game likes to screw you over. So even if you do the right inputs, DDR inputs, the game can be like, no, I hate you, you're gonna hit the wrong input. And then it gives you a wrong input, and you have to wait for it to go around again, which takes about 17.5 seconds.
Well done, Harry.
Great game, right?
You've advanced to the next level of the lesson.
So hopefully that doesn't
5
happen.
points to Gryffindor. Round 2.
But you know, marathon
Go.
luck. If it's gonna happen on the 3rd round, you know?
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next level of the lesson. 10 points to Gryffindor. Round 3. Go.
Normally on the 2nd or 3rd set here. But it can happen on the last fucking arrow. Cool, guess not. Now we just have to do this really precise wall walk, which I'm probably going to get first try, and you guys are just going to be like, wait, what? That was hard. Or I'm going to lose like 3 minutes to it. So here, this angle looks okay. I'm just going to jump into this wall for a bit here. Hey, I got 3rd try, not too bad. Haha. Spongify fake inputs. There's been like 8 Spongify fake inputs ever. So that was Scourge Skip. That wall walk is really precise. On the 120 FPS category, that wall walk is like the freest thing ever. So now we get probably the 2nd hardest level in the game for speedrunning purposes, which is Bicorn. First we're gonna do a boost right at the beginning, which doesn't look like it would save much time, because it would just skip this thing coming down, right? That looks good. We get into his wall walk here. But what that does is that allows us to get to the next room earlier to hopefully skip putting one of the snails into the trap. Like, the snail goes into the trap, we just don't have to put it there. Oh, that was kind of slow though. The snail on the left should just go into the trap on its own. And it does. I missed a bunch of those casts. So you can see how much the pause casting is useful in this level. So that room there with the crabs and snails is quite hard to get consistent at. This wall walk coming here is not precise at all. If I don't get it, I'll be surprised. Yeah, let's see. That skips this maze here. And now we have a section which is known as wheel skip. It skips waiting for these platforms in the middle here to turn. First a wall walk, and then this is just ledges you can walk on for some reason, and then a decently precise jump there. You'll notice whenever I jump, I cast my spell like this, just while I'm in the air. And the reason for that is normally Harry's airspeed is 5 units or 10 units less than his ground speed. But if you cast like that, it gets set back to his ground speed. So you're able to both jump farther and it's faster because you have the higher speed. So that was a pretty good bicorn.
I'm in the potions class.
Now we're gonna go beat up
Better keep an
Malfoy.
eye out for Snape.
It's gonna take about 3 seconds to defeat him. If I don't mess up.
Here's the.
So we're gonna do a hit over here.
You will have the pleasure of dueling the great Slither.
The great what? What did you say, Snape? Sorry? Did you say something? I didn't hear you there, Snape. I'm gonna bop off of Ron's head here, in front of him. Saves frames. Heading into our third spell challenge, which is Defendo, and we're gonna come up to our first Quidditch Warp.
Want to trade?
So I guess during the Error Key challenge, I'll explain how Quidditch Warping works. So essentially, in this menu, you can see there's a Quidditch menu. You can see, you can't see that. And I can click on these games all I want. They won't actually go to them.
It's about to move its way around the shape.
But if I hit keys in the correct order, which would be enter the Quidditch menu, hit F4 to exit out of all the menus, then open my map, close my map, I'll be back on the Quidditch menu for some reason. Because I quote-unquote stored the Quidditch menu. And that Quidditch menu, for some reason, lets you actually go to a match.
Well done, Harry. You've moved on to the next level of the lesson. 5 points to Gryffindor. Round 2. Go.
So we're gonna do that.
Well done, Harry. You've moved on to the next level of the lesson. 10 points to Gryffindor. Round 3. Go.
So, like I said earlier, doing these error keys saves precisely 1 second over not doing them. So, totally worth it.
Well done.
Normally you only get a fake input in these, like, 1 in, like, 100 or so.
Points to Gryffindor.
So, here is the Quidditch Warp. Pause. Open the menu. No, that all just happened. And now I'm in a Quidditch match. And hopefully... Ow! I might actually have a good pattern. To actually make it worth it to die instead of letting Malfoy catch the snitch, I need a good pattern. That's a bad pattern. Oh no. So if I would have gotten a good pattern, it would have brought me across the side of the thing and I could have just smashed my head against the wall for a bit there. Because if you actually die, you don't get to watch this cutscene, it just ends and you're done. So it would be faster. That's what you'll see me do in the other games because we'll be against stronger opponents that can kill us way faster.
And pass the savings on to you.
So now, instead, we're just gonna head to Boomslang. So instead of actually finishing the Defender Spell Challenge, we just lose to Malfoy. Now Boomslang. Gonna jump on top of a mushroom here into a ledge grab to get above out of bounds, to then wall clip up here to just fall right into the greenhouse, which has the shredded boomslang skin. Now we got a trick that's required in the glitchless category, which is probably the hardest trick in glitchless, and it's quite difficult to learn. It's called Dumbledore Skip. There's a really easy backup in glitched categories, but it's a lot slower. What we want to do is get past the second floor landing, or first floor landing, without activating a cutscene.
Nonsense.
And how we're going to do that is by getting a moving platform boost off of one of the staircases. So by jumping up here, and then jumping here, we preserve the forward momentum of the staircase in this direction, so we can get extra speed to make it past that landing where nearly headless Nick was sitting petrified. And instead we just get to go to the girls' lavatory. Fun fact, if you do that in cutscene percent, which is a category where you don't skip cutscenes, you just unbind the cutscene skip button, you get the same type of thing that we saw in HP1, where at Fire Seeds, we just had to wait for like 2 minutes. You get that same type of thing, because Ron wouldn't spawn for a while, because he's up on the 3rd floor, waiting for you to come out of Dumbledore's office. See, I try and take a lot of damage off of those rings, and then I let the Seeker hit me. This is not great so far. The Ravenclaw one is definitely better to deal with. Yeah, pretty slow, but still faster than actually doing the entire level.
Hey Harry, want to trade? We buy in bulk and pass the savings on to you.
I shouldn't have hit that yet. The lower your health you are, the more likely you are to get a frog out of there, which is what gives you health, extra health. So I should have waited until the next time I pass by there, because I'll be way lower in health. So now the game thinks I've already gotten Goyle's hair, so when I enter back into the Grand Staircase, it will activate the cutscene for when you actually do get Goyle's hair. So it'll spawn downstairs for a second, but then it will spawn me right up at the top. Yeah, probably. So I'll hit this cauldron you see here the next time I pass by it. So it might give me a frog, because it'll be much lower health, because in 10 seconds I'm gonna lose most of my health to save 6 seconds. Actually, I may as well go for the wall walk, because why not? So I'm gonna try and wall walk off of that far wall here to avoid taking fall damage.
Oh!
Didn't get it. It's kind of precise. Score music is pretty cool. You spoke with Oliver Wood? How dare you? Yeah, you'll see Quidditch in HP3. Most boring thing ever. First it's all skill, then it's fucking auto-scroller, but you can die, and that's kind of skilled, kind of RNG, and then HP3 is just... it's something. Alright, 3rd Quidditch Warp. So this Ravenclaw chick does a lot of damage to us, so hopefully we'll be able to die quickly. That was really good, and I landed up there. Wow, that was amazing. get a frog. No, I would not like to trade.
Would you be interested in trading?
So now, hopefully I don't die. So hopefully I don't die on this boost, because if I do, I spawn all the way back at that Quidditch board. Shouldn't be a problem though. Oh, it was actually really close. Tiny bit higher and I would have taken full damage and died. The last spell in this game.
Concentrate on the symbol before you. Don't let my good looks distract you. The wand that appears in front of you is going to move around the shape. When the wand is positioned perfectly,
I had 2 galleons in
press the
Gryffindor.
corresponding arrow key to hit the target. There are 3 parts to this exercise. In each part, you must correctly and accurately hit all of the points in order to go forward. Round 1, begin!
So fake inputs on Songify are super rare. I would say less than 1 in 1,000.
To the next round. 5 points to Gryffindor.
I don't know that I've had one ever. I may have had one, and I've been running these games for close to 4.5 years.
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next round. 10 points to Gryffindor. Round 3. Begin.
So no fake inputs.
Great
Fake
work,
inputs are when the
Ryan.
game
You've
decides
completed
you hit the
all
wrong button even though you hit the right
exercises.
button and it just fails you.
15 points to Gryffindor.
So just like Scourge, Spongify has a really easy skip to skip the entire level, so it's faster to actually do it than Quidditch Warp Out. And that will be, the star is right above us, so if we jump here and get a ledge grab here, we can boost up here, and hey look, the star, and we're done.
Would you be interested in trading? Would you be interested in trading?
I would not be interested in trading. I don't have enough beans to trade with you anyways. You require a minimum of 200 beans and a maximum of 299 beans for your silver wizard card. I have like 126 beans. What the hell do you want from me? The other guy I could potentially trade with. Probably not though. So I'll hit this now. Hopefully a frog comes out. That sounded like a bean. And final Quidditch Warp of the game. Back to the Ravenclaw match again, because she kills us so quickly.
Here's the snitch! Here comes the Gryffindor Seeker!
Didn't get as much damage off of those rings as I would have liked. Harry really likes this girl.
Hey Harry, want to trade? We buy in bulk and pass the savings on to you.
No, this is Patrick.
Would you be interested in trading?
So then this will spawn us in the Gryffindor Common Room, which is where you go after that cutscene that we skipped, which is the cutscene where you go back in time as to see that Hagrid opened the Chamber of Secrets and killed all those people, or that one person, and attacked the others. So now we're gonna actually go see Hagrid, except not. We're gonna go see Aragog. Aragog. Cool, 100 viewers. That's pretty good. I don't know why 200 people want to see me play this game. I'm just okay at it, you know. Deathless. Yeah, rip Deathless. Alright, and we're in the forest. So for the podcasting strats that you've seen me use, you really see them go to use in the Aragog fight, which is in about a minute and a half. I want this frog. There's 2 frogs in this level that are like pretty much in your way that you want to get. Definitely that first one. The second one doesn't matter as much. Get it in there. But sponge projectiles are pretty cool. They negate all fall damage. Really? Wow, I haven't done that in a while. So bad. Give me the frog. Save. Alright, this next brightness boost, you have to boost at a specific time in the animation. Because basically Harry's gonna fit through a tiny gap, and he needs to be at the right part of his animation to fit. Nope, didn't get it. Got it. No! I soft locked. I soft locked. I soft locked. I soft locked. Damn it. I didn't boost high enough. I almost hit the game. That would have been terrible. It's a good thing I grabbed that save. I normally don't. There we go. Boosted high enough this time. Gonna take a crap ton of fall damage though. Yeah, that soft lock is... I've done that a few times. It's caused by just not boosting high enough. Alright, so yeah, pause casting. Normally you're supposed to be able to hit these things once. I got damaged by that guy, that sucks. And then this. Also, Aragog is really loud, in case you can't hear. So yeah, that was Aragog. Yeah, that soft lock lost me about 50 seconds. Kinda sucks, but whatever. So there's 3 points in the game that the audio is screwed up, and the audio levels, no matter how much you change them, they don't affect it. It was that Aragog fight, the Peeves fight in Scourge, which we skipped with Scourge skip, and then the aeroplane cutscene at the beginning of the game, which if you watched NGA, you heard. No frog. Will be low on health for Snake. So chamber. Here's a boost which saves about 1.5 seconds. Pretty good. No Froggo. Kinda want a Froggo. I'm gonna grab a Froggo though. And a save book. I took too much damage during the fight for Aragog from his little minions. Or his children rather. You can boost off the back of this rock here with a medium ledge grab to get up here. Yeah, there's no fall damage whenever you jump off of a Spongify tile. It puts you in a state such that you'll never take fall damage. Because they normally bring you pretty high. So you can abuse that power because it doesn't put you out of that state until you land on the ground. And you can even more abuse that power because it's not until you land on the ground. If you get a ledge grab instead of actually landing on the ground, you're still in that state. I didn't grab the ledge. Good. I still didn't grab the ledge. Really good. Wrong way. I really haven't done that in a long time. So here's a trick which isn't a glitch because they literally just put collision down here. It's not actually a wall walk. Ooh, the snow got stuck over there under the... That was kind of loud. Sure, I'll go for this wall walk because it's cool. Nice fall damage. That was stupid of me. That wall walk loses time in case you're wondering. I literally did it for the means. Normally there's a boulder following us, but there's none. You can see it up there, kinda. I'll just have to be a bit more careful during the snake fight. Can't do too many damage strats. One final boost. Oh no, I died. I kind of confused why that boost didn't work. Good thing I grabbed the save. I grabbed the save, right? Yeah, okay. Do it again. Yeah, I'm a pretty slow runner. That might not grab. Oh, it did grab it. There we go. Got it this time. Making sure I'm not making any potions. So I'll lose my potion on the way to the snake fight, and then I'll just need to not take too much damage during the snake fight. So there's 2 phases to the snake fight. There's this first phase. I tried to do damage strats. Damn, those weren't very good damage strats. Might have to 4-cycle this. Now I'll go for the 3-cycle. You can see when I take damage, I don't have to charge another spell. That's a pretty cool thing in this game. Oh, I got sniped. That sucks. Oh well. I would have got the 3-cycle too if I didn't get sniped. There, you saw the damage strat. I'm not going for 2 cycles. The thing about this fight is that you can actually only kill the snake in this second vent here. I can't go for 3 cycle on that. And the snake can't appear in the same vent twice in a row. So if you go for a 2 cycle and fail, you're stuck with 4 cycle. Okay. So that was HP 2. Well, there's 12 seconds left to it. Time for HP 2 would end on the load after once you enter the Great Hall. That was a pretty bad HP 2. So that's time for HP 2. And now we go to HP 3. Let's go. Alright, so to get a Trifecta PB here, all I need to do is get a 47-18 Harry Potter 3, which would be saving 30 seconds over what I did in my Trifecta PB. Unfortunately, in my Trifecta PB, I have the current HP 3 world record in it, so I would have to world record by 30 seconds to get the other world record. So that's unlikely to happen. The current Trifecta world record is 237.51 loadless. Since these are PC games, loads can vary a lot, so essentially we have, on LiveSplit, we have a function that removes the loads. So in the 3 games I have about 5 or 6 minutes of loads, so it's like 2:43 in real time.
Scabbers, come back! Can't you keep that monster under control?
Calm down, Ron. You don't want to wake Professor Lupin.
I am saying there's a chance.
Don't worry, Ron. We'll help you find Scabbers.
Yes, Trifecta is the first 3 games on PC. You could also do an Octafecta, which would be all 8 games. Which is the 8 games, and you don't do Quidditch World Cup because it's a bad game, sorry Sully. So first skip in the game is we're gonna jump on some luggage to skip a cutscene with Scabbers. That's cool.
Right then, you lead the way. Walk forward towards the crates and click the right mouse button to jump.
Let's pick up these fancy mods beans. I suppose we'll
Where can you get these games on PC? There is no legal way anymore to play these games on Windows 10 because they only came out in physical CD versions, and they were all before 2005, so essentially CDs before 2005 don't work. So you just can't even.
Wow, it's a magically locked cabinet. We need to cast at the same time.
There was never a digital release. How long is an Octafecta? I think the current world record is about 13 hours, 13 minutes. But a new 25-minute time save was found in this game after that was done.
Does everyone remember how to cast a pulsar?
Yeah, totally, yeah. I mean... Yeah, that's why I play on Windows XP. What are you talking about? So an Octafecta could go... a perfect Octafecta would probably go sub 12. Seems unlikely though, so like under 12:30 would be a good time. I ran into the cabinet. What I did there was I did what's known as a turn cast, and so behind the cabinet, instead of doing a triple cast to open it with Alhambra, That was unlucky. What I did was I turned quickly, and what that does is it casts at what's behind there, which is a Lumo statue, which is the next part of the challenge. So it's a cool skip. Hey Flo. Flo is the HP1 master, which who beat the world record. I guess yesterday for him, today for me. Go follow Flo. He's pretty good at HP1.
We could find all 80 collector's cards.
We can look inside the Folio Universitas after picking up a collector's card. Press the escape key and click on the picture of the card at the top.
Hey Minnow.
Come on, let's get back to our compartment before we're missed.
What's happening?
So train is pretty boring. Carpe, which is the next level in the game, is definitely the most interesting level in this game. And that's because Carpe, which is the spell that Ron learns, is completely broken. Essentially, we turn Ron into Tarzan, and it's great. So weird thing about this game is that in HP2 you can just hold down the cutscene skip button to skip cutscenes. In this you actually have to press it every time. And for some reason you can press it during the cutscene skip and it will skip fast. So for example in that one, if you spam the cutscene skip button you might get an instant cutscene skip, but you might not. It's really weird. No, Flo, I'm half a minute behind running against Harry Potter 3 world record, so... oh well.
Our first lesson
That's
involves
life.
the spell Carpe Retractum. Ron Weasley, would you please join me?
People have found many Carpe swings in Carpe that saves so much time.
You'll do fine.
Just about every time we're gonna cast Carpe on a statue, we're gonna use it to swing ourselves around the room. Yeah, exactly, Peter.
Hello? Professor Lupin?
Welcome to the Carpe Retractum Challenge, Ron. There are 10 challenge shields scattered throughout the challenge. Some are well hidden. Find all 10 shields to earn a visit to the Bean bonus room. If you don't find all the shields your first time through, you can always come back. Complete the challenge by collecting the
Art,
final shield.
close to 200 viewers in Europe is asleep.
Let's get started.
Ow.
Carpe Retractum has 2 primary uses.
No, you're set at who you play at each part in the game. Ron's just happens to be the first one. So here we're gonna swing across to the other side of the room, hopefully. I messed it up, but I'm gonna go for it again anyways. Oh my god. That should get it. There we go. That's what I meant to do.
You could also use
I might be a bit rusty at this game. I've been playing the other two since I got the record in this. So here's a pretty cool swing.
When you get to the edge, continue holding the arrow key and press the right
That skips a cutscene.
Professor
Yeah,
Lupin?
it's mostly Harry.
That thing doesn't look very friendly.
That is an imp, Ron. Beware. It might throw exploding wizard crackers. Spells may not be effective in this situation. Try not to let the wizard crackers touch you while they're in the air. When they land, pick them up. But be careful. If you're not quick enough, the crackers will explode.
So these imps are probably the worst part about this game. They're kind of random, but you can kind of control what they do by your movements.
Now let's put your training to the test.
Almost got that throw. but like pseudo randomness, and it's really disgusting to deal with in some cases. So coming up is one of the biggest carpet swings in the level. We'll skip across this entire huge room. You can't even see the other side. Oh, you can see the other side. Oh, I messed it up. Oh, I had a bad angle. I want to bounce off this pillar there. Yeah, there I got it. I waited too long.
That's a fire crab, Ron. Be careful.
I have no idea
Fire out of its,
if they're watching.
Out of its backside. Cast Rictus Sempra to knock it over. Then cast again as needed to knock the fire crab into the trap.
It's a magic abyss. This is a pretty cool swing. Over to this moving platform in the middle. Oh, I fucked that up. My bad. So that's a dead run now. I lost 30 seconds to that, unsurprisingly. That's a good swing. Peter, you obviously weren't listening. That was not the first time I swore. HP3 is just a game that you just have to swear. You don't have a choice.
Unfortunately, you didn't find all of the challenge shields. You'll need all 10 to unlock the beam bonus room. So, come back anytime you want to give the challenge another go.
So, coming up is a pretty big skip. We're gonna skip going up to Fred and George's shop and fighting Peeves and all that, by just leaving the castle. Just kinda gonna walk up here, and then jump, and then hey look, we're up here, and now we're outside the castle. Yeah, interesting thing about this game. Literally a month ago, we used to have to collect all the shields in all 3 spell challenges and go to the beam bonus room, do the pixie fight, which is over here, do all 5 Buckbeak flying sections and defeat the monster book of monsters, and buy 8 portrait passwords, which cost 139 cauldron cakes. Now, we don't have to do any of that to get to the credits because there's literally just a trigger in the final area of the game, which brings us to the credits. The punking pasties, all they do is they allow you to buy cards, which are only used in Hundo.
Welcome to Care of Magical Creatures class. I'll be teaching you this time.
So now essentially we have to get to the final part of the game, which is like, you go to McGonagall and Dumbledore and they're like, you didn't complete your requirement list, go clean up, then come back and then you can leave for home. So instead of doing that, now we just walk right up next to the door that's right near them and jump and save 25 minutes.
As soon as you're ready, just click the right mouse button to make Beaky fly.
So before we found that, we actually had a category in this game called Better Any Percent, which we literally just got to the requirements list but didn't complete it, and that was the end of the run. Essentially what Any Percent should be, because Any Percent was really grindy. Because of all that, you needed the 139 cauldron cakes, which is a lot. So essentially, better any percent, also known as Benny, is now any percent, except any percent is Benny plus 4 seconds. And now the old any percent is a new category called all requirements. And then there's still undo. So this is Buckbeak. In all requirements, we have to do all 5 sections of Buckbeak. So that's why it doesn't feel like any percent. Because like, why would I have to go play this mini game 4 more times?
A collector's card. That was really well done, Harry. Come back to the paddock anytime you want another go. There's 5 courses to fly in all, and you can win a collector's card on each of them.
I bet you're not dangerous at all, are you, you great ugly brute? I'm dying! Look at me! It's killed me!
You're not dying.
Collectors.
I think you'll be alright. Of course.
So the record for this, for any percent, went from 112.29, which is a record that I got on a Sunday. And then that Thursday, the skip was found by the Tedder, who ran at NGA, the last NGA. And he dropped it down to like a 55, even though the better any percent record was a 47. And then by the time I woke up, the record was a 58, or not a 58, a 48 by Cynicism, who is a well-known Harry Potter 3 and 2 speedrunner, who currently has the Trifecta record, in case you're wondering. And then before school, I'm like, I'm gonna get this record, so I got it, and I got a 47, which was like the 5th ever 47 in better any percent. So it was a pretty good run. And then later that day, I'm like, okay, Trifecta record is free, so I'm gonna take that, and I somehow beat my any percent record during the Trifecta by another 5 seconds. In case you guys don't know, I'm one of the best Harry Potter 2 and 3 runners. Also 4. And maybe you could say 5 and 1, but like, I hate those games.
It's easy to be brilliant when you're scared.
Yeah, I was literally sitting in the learning center of the math building at school. I'm like, I got 3 hours to kill before class. Let's take this record.
Hello, and welcome to Transfiguration class. One of the most advanced transfiguration spells enables a wizard.
I mean, none of my runs are good, Peter. They just happen to be the best. I don't... Still not happy with my record in this category.
Are there any questions?
Professor McGonagall, are werewolves animagi?
No, they're not.
Yeah, I have a goal this year of taking 50 full game world records in Harry Potter games. I think I have 16 or 17 so far.
And Lepifor's spells. Miss Granger, perhaps you'd grace the class by having a go at the exercise prepared.
Me? Oh, yes!
If you'll just step through this door, then... Let's begin with the Lepifor spell, Miss Granger.
Right. Lapifors, the transformation of a small object into a rabbit.
Correct, Miss Granger. 5.
So, Transfiguration has really the only glitch in the game, which, I mean, you can do the glitch literally anywhere, but it's the only use of it. Or, there's one more use of it right at the end of the run that saves like 5 seconds. And it's known as lag jumps. So, if we pause the game and hold down print screen, the game gets a crap ton of lag. So if we're in a jump animation during that, our jump will go a lot further. And we'll use that to jump over a gap that would otherwise not be able to be jumped over. There, I do a turn cast. I'm so used to all requirements. You have to go back and get that cauldron cake. Whatever. But first, before we do lag jumps, we're going to do well skip, and I'm going to do the fast version of well skip, which everybody else refuses to do because they think their version is faster. But mine is so much better. Watch it, I'm going to fail it now because I said that. So we're going to jump up here, then we're going to jump over here, and hey look, we did it, it's fast, I swear.
Now let's move on to the Draconiphore spell. Cast on the dragon statue, Miss Granger, to transform it into a living creature.
So, print screen. Hey look, we're over here. Hey look, we're over here. Those were lag jumps. They're pretty cool. There's actually like 3 or 4 different ways of doing lag jumps. That one's pretty fast and consistent. I am underkicked. Should have like 20 cauldron cakes at this point in the game, you know? If this was a month ago. Bunny movement is pretty hard in this game. Dragon movement as well. You see me go over to the corner there. You see that plant in the corner? Yeah, we're gonna use it. Instead of doing all 3 of these dragon statues here, it's gonna do that one, and then we can take Hermione and jump onto the bench and onto the plant and up here. And hey look, we're at the end of that part of the level.
This, Miss Granger, is a Bundyman. A Bundyman will expect...
I mean, it's still useful in Hundo and all requirements menu.
It's repulsive.
But yeah, in any percent, completely useless. Used to need 139 cauldron cakes, so we went through like probably 30 or 40 different routes of cauldron cakes. We used to do everything before finals, and then we did stuff after finals, and then we did even more stuff after finals, then we switched which portraits we went into to get cauldron cakes. How do you do that? Where are you? There you go. Those imps were not great. This is maze skip. Jump on that door to get over the maze instead of going through it. Saves like 15 seconds.
Nicely done, Miss Granger. You've completed the challenge.
Probably not.
To collect all 10 challenge shields to earn a visit to the Bean bonus room. You may take the challenge again anytime you please.
Thank you, Professor McGonagall. You can be certain I'll get all of the shields next time.
Hermione! There you are! How was it?
Excellent. I can turn things into dragons now.
Wicked!
So now we get to do HP 3 Quidditch. See how amazing it is?
No, it's just a very small transfigured dragon.
Oh, shame. You can have another go at the challenge if you like, Hermione. Or we can come back and do it another time.
It's so good. Trust me.
Even though the following morning was stormy,
it's a cutscene.
Harry was excited to be playing in the first Quidditch match of the season.
That you're right about flow, but overall HP 1's the worst. Cutscene skip 1. You're right, you're right. It's very individual learning.
Now, we obviously can't bring a real Dementor into the castle, so we'll make do with a boggart. The boggart will appear as the thing you fear the most, which in your case, Harry, is fear in the form of a Dementor. First, we'll practice on a target. Aim your wand at the target.
In Quidditch again.
Hold down the left mouse button
That's
to build
true.
the spell's power. You'll see a ring of light move up your arm. For a perfect cast, you must release the spell just as the ring passes over your wand. Give it a try. The incantation for the spell is Expecto Patronum.
Right. Expecto Patronum.
Excellent cast, Harry.
Expecto
You can hit this from the side. Fun fact.
One more time.
What would my boggart be? I don't know. Probably some unsolvable math problem. TK doesn't even have any Rickies anymore. For those of you who don't know, I study math at university.
The boggart has taken the shape of a Dementor to play on your fears.
That's why I stream so inconsistently. Especially this time of year.
The creature's presence will likely keep you from moving. Cast a perfect Patronus at a boggart to decide.
I'm gonna do my master's and my PhD. At least that's the current plan.
Before the spell has time to wear off.
So I'll still be in school for another 7 years or more. I'm in the third year of my undergrad. Currently. Alright, library. Hopefully we don't soft lock. So I'll try and explain this as I go. Essentially we're going to do a carpe swing because we're going to be given access to Ron. And we're going to swing into a cutscene trigger. And like this, like that, and then we're gonna activate that, and we're gonna turn into Hermione, and we're gonna be behind the door. And that skips a whole section of having to deal with Hermione and climbing up there. But the problem, turn cast, by the way, that one was found out of pure anger, by the way, that turn cast. Problem is, sometimes after you do that last cast with Ron, Hermione spawns on the other side of the door, and then that's a soft lock, and there's nothing you can do, and you lose 45 seconds. Yeah, sorry for being 21. This way. Bit of a slow cutscene skip.
Glacius is useful for freezing a number of things, Harry. Let's begin with an Amazonian salamander, shall we?
Alright, Glacius.
Take care now, Harry. You'll need to eliminate both the creature and its fire. Give it a try.
Yeah, that seems pretty fair.
Excellent. Wow, it's solid ice. Here's the best bit.
I would assume he is.
Time to go for a slide. Just use the left and right arrow keys to turn. Press the up arrow to go faster and the down arrow to slow down. Off you go. I'll see you at the end of the challenge.
I guess I tend to be a more trusting person, seeing as I'm Canadian. Solid eyes. Oh, come on. They wouldn't let me skip years in high school or grade school because I went to French school and my French was too bad. They were like, if you were in English school, you would be allowed to skip like 2 grades. I'm like, well, damn. Kinda sucks. So Glacius has nothing special until the second half. I mean, I can speak it. I don't really need to because I live in a region of Canada that French-speaking population is like 8% or something. Not even. I can get by if I need it. So that's a skip. You use a moving platform boost to get a really far jump there. You can back it up with a lag jump if you fail that first jump. Dumb strats because they're cool. Jump off the door there. Saves like frames. I'm not saying all Canadians are nice, trusting people. I'm saying, generally speaking, we are.
Excellent job, Harry. You've completed the Glacius challenge. Oh, but I see you didn't find all of the challenge shields. Ah, that's a shame. Well, come back anytime you want to give the challenge another try. Find all 10 shields, and you'll get to go to the Bean bonus room.
Thanks, Professor Flitwick. I'll be back. So, how was it?
You can freeze things now.
I can slide everywhere. Oh, wicked! And salamanders the size of Hagrid.
The blue or the scarlet variety? Doesn't really matter, I suppose.
You can have another go at the Glacius challenge if you want, Harry.
Or we can come back later.
Despite the dangerous visitor lurking around Hogwarts, Harry insisted on going to visit Hagrid. He was anxious to hear the outcome of Buckbeak.
Damn, Beater, you're right.
Was that? I think it was.
So we're coming on to
Poor Hagrid. They've carried out the execution.
the last few parts of the game. We got Whomping Willow, Back in Time, and then our final exams, and we're done.
I've got to, you naughty rats!
We almost made it.
If that dog can get in, we can.
So these next two levels are pretty annoying because you got to do these double casts a lot on these skeletons. More this level than the next, actually. And they're just really, really annoying.
Thank goodness. Chocolate frogs.
Yeah, in that area where we have access to 3 spill challenges, if we could find a way to get through the walls early, then we would save a pretty large amount of time. This is on PC. See what I mean? These things are just garbage. I didn't actually lose very much time. And we can separate it, and we got a little dragon section, which, hey, good thing Hermione learned to spell with dragons. It's pretty good, right? You can skip that ledge grab, but it's good. Precise jump. And a good thing Harry learned to spell how to freeze things. And hey, look, we're back together again. Hey, friend. Yeah, they would probably both die, you're right. Little puzzle there. A pretty decent Willow. Couple of small things.
Where's the dog? It's not a dog.
Overall, this trifecta has been pretty good. I lost about 20 seconds over HP1 in my trifecta PV, and then
he's not a rat.
Another 20 in HP 2. And then so far I've been pretty even with this, considering the bad carpe.
I can explain.
Pettigrew's an animagus.
Lost a bit,
It
though.
wasn't Sirius Black who betrayed your parents, Harry. It was Pettigrew.
Kind of unfortunate I lost time in Harry Potter 2, because that was where my biggest time save was, for sure. That soft lock and death at the end there. I am stupid. Ruin that. It wouldn't have mattered. So we'll have a similar Dementor fight in about 3 minutes.
They've got
2 and a half minutes.
It's awfully quiet. You're sure you set
So-
the time turner back the right amount?
Yeah, we went back in time. That happened during the cutscenes that we skipped.
Depulso!
You did it!
Perfect. Careful now.
Right. Oh no! The door closed!
Well, there's got to be a way out. Nice one, Hermione. You opened the door, but it's too high for me to reach.
Does that help?
Hold tight. I'll see what's in there.
This game is actually not very exciting for the most part, but the finals are really stressful as a runner. It's like your entire run up until that point doesn't matter if you mess up finals. Those are pretty good imps. 2 triples and 2 singles. They were really fast. One time, I killed all 8 of those imps with 1 cracker. It was amazing.
Now we're both stuck in here.
Too bad it was in practice. Here we're gonna do turn cast, which skips a co-op cast. Because normally the thing that we hit with Depulso there, you would have to double cast with as Harry when you come up. For some reason, if we just single cast as Hermione like that, it works. We can't single cast as Harry. So I'm gonna attempt to get some early hits here. You can charge a cast on a Dementor that's already stunned like this. And let go of it like that. And you see it hit that Dementor that spawned in that same location. This one here. I'll do it again. There it goes again. Alright, finals, and that's it. So we do the finals in the same order that we did the spell challenges, so Ron, Hermione, Harry. Ron's final is pretty difficult. There's some hard swings. There's an insane cycle that literally only 1 runner can do. It saves about 12 or 15 seconds. That's a cool one. It's pretty nice. Now we're gonna do a big one to get to this next area. Oh, that was not great. But as long as you make this platform cycle, I didn't make that platform cycle. Okay. You can still make the same cycle by going through a secret. Yep. Yep. So, that's the cycle I want to make. Oh, he saved it. Oh, yes. Here we got imp skip. There's imps down there. We don't want to fight them. Now, don't hit replay final exam. This is a pretty cool trick. Gonna jump onto this window and then jump here. To skip bringing the rabbit to the last section. Also, you saw I jumped onto the Spongify platform as the rabbit. It literally took us like 3 years to find that. It was so stupid. It's so obvious. But like, we were just like, nah man, that's not possible, right? And then somebody actually tried it. So now it's have really good dragon flying for the next minute. Make the best cycles we can. Oh, that's not great. Should have just went for the next cycle, but I wanted that one. Dragon flying is actually pretty hard to get good at because the wingspan is just huge. I think this is the regular fast cycle. There's a trigger up there to just end that earlier. It's a slower cycle. Damn. Alright, now we got the other instance of a lag jump. Got it. This is gonna not make us void out, but if we walk over this way, we void out and spawn at the bottom. No. Come on, go together. Oh, really? I thought that was gonna triple. Yeah, that's true, Minnow. It's all good. So in the last section, we're gonna do a bunch of turn casts to kill some salamanders early while we wait for imps to throw crackers at us. Gonna come over here. It actually spawns the imps slightly early too. Come on. I think I got that. Got it. And that's pretty much it. Time is in about 40 seconds or so, 45 seconds. Oh, wow. That's insane. I missed Harry Potter 3 record by like 4 seconds. So time will be when I jump into the door, it will activate a cutscene when the cutscene starts.
Ah, glad to see you three survived your final exam.
Maybe more like 6 seconds.
They were great fun.
That's insane though.
Speak for yourself.
Considering that start.
Nightmares for months.
Well then, let's see whether you've completed all of your third year
So
requirements.
time.
Well
That was a 47-57 Harry Potter 3.
Absolutely splendid.
That's an insane time.
Proud of yourselves. What you did for Sirius Black and Buckbeak was truly courageous.
Now, do try and behave yourselves during the summer holidays.
Ow.
Hey, what did you say you had?
Sorry?
Well, like, what did you say you had? I got 244.35.
I was just saying that the Harry Potter 3 was I was 9 seconds off the record.
Oh, gotcha.
And considering how bad I played at the beginning of the game, it was just insane that I got anywhere close.
Gotcha. I was just trying to make sure I wasn't that far off.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That time makes sense.
Okay. Alright.
That was a pretty good run. For 38 seconds off the record. Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
So yeah, that was Harry Potter Trifecta. It's a pretty fun thing now that we don't have to do all the stupid requirements in Harry Potter 3. And it's actually a decent length now instead of being over 3 hours. It's 2:40, you know, not too bad, not too bad. So shoutouts to Potterthon. That's all I got.
Alright, guys. That was the Harry Potter one. Up next we have Digimon Sapphire by Remove. I'm terrible with names, so I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it again. Just hope I pronounced it correctly the first time. But unfortunately, it renews. Again, I don't even know why I attempted again. It's okay. But anyway, so up next, like I said before, we have Digimon Sapphire 80%. But we are going to be switching restreamers here. Here in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna put on some music, but unfortunately our picture of the otter is going with me. So unfortunately you won't be seeing it until I return from streaming. But we're gonna put some music on and we'll get you're gonna see the stream kind of cut out and it's gonna restart. That just means we're changing restreams. Don't panic.